How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? So today we are going to solve another coolest problem, Leetcode problem number 2256, minimum average difference. So this is a medium level problem and it's quite simple as well, not too hard. Okay, so so what will be our flow? First of all, we're going to talk about the problem statement, then we're going to talk about its approach, and then we're finally going to code it up. So the code both in Java and C++ is available in the description section, so just check out the link from over there. Okay, so let's just now talk about first of all what the problem statement is saying. The problem statement is saying we have given a zero index integer array nums of length n. Okay, so we have to get the absolute difference of two numbers, like between the two numbers, and we have to get we have to get the minimum difference between them. Let's just understand what the problem statement actually is saying. So for example, we are given this nums array 2 5 3 9 5 3. Okay, so let me just write it over here. So we have to get the average difference. Okay, so let me call this minimum average difference. Let me call it mad. Okay, mad means minimum average difference. Okay, so how we're getting is, so first of all I will gonna consider this one. Okay, so I will have my 2, and how many values I have in my 2? So it is only 1. Okay, so the only one value I have. Then on the, so let me call it my left average. Okay, so this is my left average, and over here I will get my right average. So the right average will be this remaining one. This is the remaining one, which will be 5 plus 3 plus 9 plus 5 plus 3. And how many values they are? 1 2 3 4 5. So there are 5 values. So I will going to divide by 5. Okay, so this is our right average. Okay, and we're gonna get the absolute difference. So we're gonna get the absolute difference. So which will be 2 minus this total will be something like 25 by 5. Okay, so which will be 2 minus 5, which will be minus 3, but we are getting absolute difference, so it will get to 3. Okay, we are just getting the modulus. Okay, so I hope so, ladies and gentlemen, this thing is clear. If it's still not, like, just look at the example 1 problem statement, example 1, you will gonna definitely gonna understand what is saying. Okay, so how we are getting it, like, so now next time what will happen? So if we, so initially we get our minimum, so minimum average difference is 3. Okay, now what I will do, I will gonna calculate for the another one. So now what I will do, I will gonna, my left average will gonna increment and my right average will gonna decrement. Okay, so they have given the formula for that as well. Like they are saying, like to get the how many values we have to add over here. So we're gonna talk about the approach, but first of all let's just gonna understand the problem statement. Okay, so now what will happen, so I'm gonna just go for one more problem, like example. Okay, like one more step forward. So how many values you have? 2 divided by 2 minus now how many values will like 3 plus 9 plus 5 plus 3, so they are 4 divided by 4. Okay, so 2 plus 5 is 7, and 7 divided by 2 is how much? 7 by 2 is 3. Okay, because it's not coming to decimal, because integers. Okay, minus 3 plus 9 is 12, 12 plus 5 is 17, 17 plus 3 is 4. Okay, so what do we get over here is 5. Okay, the 5. So so how, whether if I subtract the difference, I will get the difference we will get is 2 over here. I hope so, ladies and gentlemen, this thing is absolutely clear. Okay, so what is saying, like, now let's understand what the problem is saying. Like, we have to return that index with the minimum average difference. We have to return the index with minimum average difference. Okay, so if you carefully look at over here, the index with which we are getting minimum average difference is 3. So as you can see in the starting one, so I hope so this thing is absolutely clear. Like, if you have still any doubt, just look at the problem statement. You will definitely gonna understand, like over the Leetcode. Okay, so now let's talk about what will be our approach to solve this problem. Okay, so here we go. So what I will do, I will gonna use postfix and prefix and suffix. Okay, so I will gonna use prefix and suffix sum. Okay, so let me just gonna write it over here. So let me create an index ID x. So index will be 0 1 2 3 4 5, and the prefix. So prefix, so prefix is like, I hope so you understand, you already know like how we're gonna get the prefix sum. Okay, so which will be 0 plus 1 is 1, plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 4 10, and this so on and so forth. Okay, alright guys, so like these are the index. We are not adding the index. We're gonna add the nums array over here. So initially let me write my nums array over here again for your better understanding, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Okay, so my prefix initially is 2 for 0 index. For 1 index it will be 5. For second index it will be, oh sorry, I have to add it. So 2 plus 5 is 7, and 7 plus 3 become 10. So it's 2, 7, 10. And for 9, for next one it will gonna become 19, and for the next one it will gonna become how much? 24, and for the next one it will gonna become 27. Okay, now I have to get the suffix. So prefix I'm getting from the left to the right, and suffix will gonna get from right to left. Okay, so I hope so you already know this thing. Okay, so the initial value, the last value we have 3, the next value we have 5, so 3 plus 5 will become 8, and so on and so forth. So 8, then it will become 17, then it will become 20, then it will become 25, and then it will become 27. So that's how we just get it. Okay, now let's just talk about like how we get the minimum average difference, our MAD, minimum average difference, how we gonna get it. Okay, so so to get, for example, like for this value, for this one, so for this one, if you want to get the minimum average difference, so how we gonna get? So in the problem statement, they are saying like to get the index of to get the element how many we want, so we gonna use I plus 1. Okay, so I is like current index is 0 and plus 1 is 1. Okay, and the current value on which we are currently at is, so okay, so yeah, so the prefix over here is of I, the current value of the current value which is 2, the current value I2 minus, so we are getting something like this, minus this is the left average, so we get it in this is the left average minus our right average. So the right average will be our suffix of I plus 1, the I plus 1 value, so the suffix of I plus 1 value, so this one. So because you know because we have already this value, so we already hold this value, so now we have to hold this value, so now we have to hold this value over here. Okay, so from because you know, if I sum this one together, then we're gonna get 25, you know, so we get 25. So that's why I did I plus 1. And how many like what will be our over here, so they're given n minus I minus 1. So that's how we gonna get like how many like what's the average value we are getting it over here. I hope so, ladies and gentlemen, this thing is absolutely clear. Okay, so if I gonna do this thing, so I will gonna simply get my this answer. So let me show it to you. So this 2 divided by 1, as you know, minus this 25 divided by this we get is 5 over here, again 2 minus 5, which you get is 3. Okay, so that's how we are getting it. So I hope so, ladies and gentlemen, this thing is absolutely, oh my mistake. So I hope so, ladies and gentlemen, this thing is absolutely clear. So like let me just gonna tell you, we just did the same thing over here. So the prefix I plus 1 minus suffix I plus 1 and minus I minus 1. Okay, so these are already given in the question, so you don't have to worry about like how we just generate this formula. Okay, so this is already given in our problem statement. Okay, so I hope so the approach is absolutely clear. Okay, so now let's just code it up. So the code, again saying Java and C++ both available in the description section. You check out the link from over there. So let's just code it up now. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Okay guys, so let's just code it up now. I hope so this thing is clear. Okay, so now I think maybe you get a little bit confused, like how we are getting 3. So that's the important thing which I'm thinking I forgot to mention. Okay, so if you carefully look at the example or in this example, so you know, if I sum up the particular value, so if I sum it up till one side, so for example, like if I continue after this one as well, so let me just continue from over here. Okay, so I'm just showing you like how we are getting it. So we just gonna simply return the index. So we are just simply returning the index from over here. So in this one, so what we get is, so in this one we get is 2 plus 5 plus 3. Okay, divided by how many values? 3 values over here, minus we have the remaining one, 9 plus 5 plus 3. How many value we have over here? Is 3 as well. Okay, so if I simply gonna modulus it, so how much we get? So we get something like 2 plus 5 is 7 plus 3 is 10. So 10 divided by 3. So the 10 divided by 3 minus 9 plus 5 is 9 plus is 12 plus 5 is 17. 17 divided by 3, something like this. And 10 divided by 3, how much we get? 3 9. So we get something like 3 over here, or maybe 4. Let me just check it. So we are getting so we get 3 over here. Okay, So we get 3 over here minus the how much we get from over here is gonna 5. So 3 minus 5 is still 2. So 2 is okay, we get it 2, but we have to check more further. Like, so the initially the minimum we are getting is 2 from over here, but we have to return our output, which is 3. Okay, so let's just gonna get one more. I'm just telling you like what we have to return. So we have to return the minimum average difference index. So at which index we are getting the minimum average. Okay, at which index. Okay, so the next one which we'll get is 2 plus 5 plus 3 plus 9 is how many? 4 divided by 4. Oh, by 4 minus 5 plus 3 by 2. Okay, so this one we get is 19. 2 plus 5 is 7 plus 10 is 19 divided by 4. Okay guys, minus 8 divided by 2. Okay, so 19 divided by 4, how much we get something like 4, and 8 divided by 4, so 4 minus 4 is 0. So the minimum we get is 0. At which index we get the 0? So we get the 0 at this third index. Okay, so over here we get the so we at this index we get our minimum. Okay, so that's what we have to return in our answer. So I hope so, ladies and gentlemen, this thing is absolutely clear now. I think this is absolutely clear. Okay, oh, here we go. So now let's just code it up. So first of all, what we are given a public int minimum average. I will just like this minimum average difference. Okay, so if you're not comfortable with this code, don't worry, the code is available in the description section. Like I know my writing is not as good. Okay, so I'm sorry. So now we have to do is int n equals to nums dot length. So I'm just getting this completely because, like, you know, to like we have to get the prefix and suffix. So for that one, that will make it so easy for us. Now I will create a prefix array, and its size will be new int n, size similar to nums.length, and I'm gonna create my suffix array whose size is gonna similar to n as well. Now over here, now what I will do, I will say my prefix 0 is equals to my nums0, the 0th value. Okay, so I'm just getting the like initially I will get the 0th value, then I will gonna get it. The suffix will be n minus 1 is equals to suffix is equals to nums of n minus 1. I hope so this thing is absolutely clear. Okay, now what are we gonna do? Are we gonna run a for loop? Are we gonna get all the values, like all the calculations of my prefix? So for that one, I'm gonna start from int I equals to 1, because we already know the 0th value. So I equals to 1, I less than n, I plus plus. Now in this one, what I will say prefix of I is equals to my prefix of I minus 1. Oh, my mistake. So you know to handle the overflow, so make it of long. So make this of long. Okay, so this will be of long. Alright guys, plus just typecast your this nums array with long. Okay, so the long nums of I. So that's how we're gonna get it. Okay, that's how we're gonna get that, because, like, you know, we are typecasting. If you don't do, then you will get the, you know, integer overflow. So to handle that, now we are getting the for suffix one. So for int I equals to, we are gonna get back from the n minus 2, because we already know the n minus 1 value. We will now start from the n minus 2. I get the equals to 0, I minus minus. Now we're gonna get suffix of I equals to suffix I plus 1 plus long. We are typecasting it. I don't know why I'm doing silly mistakes. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know why I'm doing silly mistake. Now our final job is we get our. So if you look at over here, we get the prefix, we get the suffix. Now we have to get our minimum average difference. Okay, so for that one, first of all, what I'm gonna do, I will create a long of minimum. Let me go to simple mad, minimum average difference. Okay, mad. Okay, and initially we're gonna give its integer dot max value. Okay, the minimum value which we could get, give it. Okay, all right. Now what I will do, I will gonna get is index. So I don't know it. I don't know what the index is. So I will gonna give it -1. Okay, not an index, the -1, because the -1 is not a valid index. Okay, so I just give it a -1 index. Now let's just go to the next page. Our last job is to calculate the minimum average difference for a for loop for int I equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, and we're gonna get a left average. So let me call it simple left, long left equals to prefix of I divided by I plus 1, and we get same right, long right equals to I equals to n minus 1. Now you will ask what I'm doing. Like just understand what I'm doing over here. So what I'm doing is I'm just saying, okay, for example, like if we get over here, if we get the variant, so like if we get over here, if we consider this one, so now for the suffix one we don't have to add anything, so we just simply gonna add 0, because like there is no value to add it, you know, to get our answer. So but till over here we get the n minus 1, but over here, like if over here, so like, you know, if we consider this one as well, so we are getting 0, so we have to for this one we are checking it. So for this one I'm just saying, if my I index equals to n minus 1 question mark 0 is, or either we will get 0, or what we are just using a terminatory condition. We are just using terminatory suffix of I plus 1 divided by, as you know, the formula n minus I minus 1. Okay, so we get the left, we get the right. Now finally we have to get our difference. Long difference equals to math dot absolute difference of left minus right. If you don't handle this one, so that you will get a problem. So remember this thing. So I forgot to tell you, I don't know why I'm doing so many silly mistakes. Now we're gonna check if our difference is smaller than the current average difference. Okay, so if that's the case, like we have to get the minimum one. So are we gonna simply just so this is a mad, this is simply mad. So if are we gonna say mad equals to difference and my index, so my index will update to I, so the current I value. Okay, so we have to update our index, and finally in the end return your index IDX. Okay, so I hope so, ladies and gentlemen, this thing is absolutely clear. Well, let us talk about the time complexity and the space complexity. The time complexity is big of n, and the space complexity is big of n as well, because we are using two arrays, suffix and prefix. So for that one we are storing getting our value. So I hope so, ladies and gentlemen, this thing is absolutely clear. And if you still have any doubts, I know I did lots of silly mistakes in this one, so sorry about that. I don't know why, because maybe I'm sleepy. So that both Java and C++ code is available in the description section. Just check it out for more there. And thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this video.